On today's Minute of the Apes, according to Todd, since we got credits this minute, we're going to be done.
Take your sticky paws off, you damn dirty ape! Exercise with an ape maker, human down. Then talks. Living with a divine bound. We are determined to know what the apes want. War or peace? We only good humans is a dead human!
And if it is man's destiny one day to be dominated, then, oh, please, God, let him be dominated by such as you.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. And for the first time in doing all these movies, we are not together to have martinis and have Mexican food. So it does. Welcome to the COVID realization of doing a podcast together.
Well, crap. After this episode, I might have to go make myself one.
I might get a beer at least. I don't have the things for martini, but maybe we'll, if we're going to do an in-between, if we have the time.
We'll do an in-between, either drinky, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
So here we are. It's the final minute of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. By the way, I did look it up. The Blu-ray release came, and now, of course, it's not in front of me, December 2nd, 2008. That's when that was released. Now, I don't know. It doesn't say it here that people hadn't seen some version of it before, but that's when it was released. Yeah. So that's been around pretty much for about 18, 19 years. But here we are. This final minute is nothing but credits.
Wait, did you say 2008?
2008.
How do you get 18 and 19?
Because I did my math wrong. As soon as I said it, I went, whoops.
I didn't know which one I misheard.
I should have said 12 to 13, but you know, when you look, have you ever done it when you look at 2008 and suddenly you put the 8 in your figure? It's like I was going 18. I was like, no, Todd, that should be 12 to 13.
Gotcha.
I had never said it was
Todd.
perfect.
I still do math on my fingers as well.
You know what? Your mom says hello. Anyway.
Hello, your mother for me.
So I don't even know if we need to listen to this minute, because all it is music over black. Do we need to play back this?
It's 22 seconds. Just do it.
All right.
Finish it off.
Here it comes. We'll play the final minute of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
And we're done.
There's no count. There's no nothing. We have. Did you count how many letters are on the screen, Sean, during the credits?
I did not do that. For some reason, my TV has said it's turning off in 40 seconds.
All right, so let's ask this: with now we've seen 4 films.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you being the neophyte to the classic films, what is your ranking as far as your? Let's go from least favorite to favorite of the 4 films you've seen.
Least favorite would be Beneath, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I've got to make sure. Okay, so least favorite Beneath. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I haven't seen the last one, right, so I couldn't tell you about that. Mm-hmm. I'm looking, I would say Battle. No, wait, hang on. Battle's which one did I came back?
We haven't seen Battle yet. So what you've seen are Planet of the Apes, Beneath, Escape, and Conquest.
All right, Conquest. Okay, so it goes what we're watching right now, then Beneath, then Conquest, Escape, the first one.
So you like this is your second favorite of these classic films? Is that what you were saying, or is Escape your second favorite?
This one, I thought you said worst to best.
I did. In there you mentioned that.
All right, so Escape is the worst. Sorry, Mutants are the worst.
Beneath is the worst.
Beneath is the worst. Uh-huh. See, I can't. Which one are we watching right now?
We're watching Conquest right now.
All right,
Conquest. No. Battle is the one.
Conquest. Sorry, I've moved all my notes.
Did you already start drinking?
I can't remember. These movies, the names have nothing to do with what happens with the movie. Okay, I can say Beneath because they went into the sewers, but how is Escape
You escaped the Planet of the Apes, and you went to the past and escaped it.
Yeah. This one's shitty. Beneath was shittier, so Beneath, this one, and then Escape, and then Original.
Richard, how do you feel about them?
I'm going to be just a little silly with this one. I have to say that this is probably my least favorite of the four. Mm-hmm. I'm having a hard time deciding what my number one is because Brent was such a hottie in Planet of the Apes.
Oh my God.
I could rewatch that anytime.
Yeah.
So on rewatchability, I'd probably put Beneath number one.
Oh no.
Really?
Slut.
You don't mean you enjoy it. You can just rewatch it.
I could rewatch. Yeah, on rewatchability, I would rewatch Beneath just because Brent's running around all the time in a one piece,
slightly oiled up.
Hey, I'll give it to you because I recently bought the 4K version of Flash Gordon, and after
Wait, do you have a 4K TV?
I do.
Okay.
And then as watching it, of course, it's just awful. But the moment that the woman that plays Ming's daughter comes on, I'm taking back to being a 13-year-old boy.
Not the bullworm.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
right? Yeah.
I'm like, damn, she was hot, So I get it.
Damn you, father, not the bullworms.
For me, the films are definitely Beneath is by far the worst of these films.
It's not a good film, yeah.
But I kind of, it just depends on what mood I'm in. I still do like Conquest and what it's trying to do, probably a little more than Escape, but I find Escape easier to watch and easier to enjoy. But Planet of the Apes, the originals, to me, will always be the best of these original films.
Well, obviously, I don't know what happens in the next movie, but we can throw the Tim Burton one on the garbage pile as well. Like, it can get down there low.
I still don't think it's that bad. I haven't watched it since it was in the theater.
Just saying it's not that bad doesn't mean it's good.
I really think the ending is what made it.
Than you think it is.
I think the ending is what made it turn people off more than anything else. The ending of that particular film.
I think it was Marky Mark's acting from the moment the camera started.
Hey guys, look at my outfit.
I'm going to go over here and we're going to jump in the water, man. Okay, let's go over here.
The problem we're going to have is the same. I'm going to have the same problem I have with Brent that I have with Marky Mark. So just be prepared.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll give you that.
What?
All right.
It isn't okay to overlook.
I'm trying to
think. Overlook when you're ready to jump into the sack.
Do we ever get a woman in the Planet of the Apes movies that, and not just that's hot? Sure, you can. Everybody's attracted to different things. I'm trying to think. There's a woman in these films that I find hot.
Yeah. Well, hello, mute woman from movie one.
Yeah.
Nova. Come on, just run around in a bikini the entire time. She was definitely.
I'll give her
She was
applause to
definitely
her.
a sex symbol. Yeah,
absolutely. She was hot. She's showing the midriff, and I'm cool with that. But I don't know if there's one that makes me go, "Wow, I'll watch that film because of her."
There's my midriff.
Sean,
is that
hot? Sean showing us his gut. That was lovely. And that completely took me out of my mode of thought. So Tim Burton, it probably there's a little truth to all of it. Richard, I think it's probably a little worse than you might remember. I think it might be a little more entertaining than Sean are willing to either admit or remember as well. The good thing is we don't have to watch it yet. We got one more movie with an even smaller budget.
We got a little buffer, yeah.
And that being Battle of the Planet of the Apes. Now, does anyone know who directed Battle of the Planet of the Apes?
I do not, because I don't know anything about it.
Richard?
No, but I'm going to go look it up now.
for the first,
I can tell you this. I knew Planet of the Apes. I knew there was a sequel with the mutants. Mm-hmm. I knew there was one where they went back in time, so I knew that. This one, I knew there was a fourth movie, but I had no idea what happens in it. And the next movie is a complete blank slate for me. I haven't seen anything from it. I've never watched anything. Nobody's ever come up to me and said, "Hey, you want to talk about Conquest of the Planet of the Apes?" No. So I don't know what's happening in this movie.
Well, for the first time in the series, we keep the same director. J. Lee Thompson will direct the next film as well.
Okay.
That is from a story by Paul Dane.
This is the Lord of the Rings where he shoots one and then he gets to shoot another one right after it.
Pretty much.
Right.
So this is Paul Dane's story, but Paul Dane's health began to deteriorate quickly and could not participate in writing the screenplay. So it's his story, but the husband-wife team of John William Corrington and Joyce Hooper Corrington write the script for us.
Sorry. You said John Williams, and I'm like, what?
No, John William Corrington.
Corrington, yeah.
So we get some new hands at least writing it. Now, I will tell you, this film, according to critics, they say it's the worst of them, and it's not so much by the story, but we're going to watch the trailer in a minute, and we're going to do our best to see it through the miracle of Zoom, and hopefully their frame rate lets you guys see it. You can tell that this became not just lower budget, but significantly lower budget. You can tell with, that it looks like they're using your grandmother's backyard to shoot it in and things like that. So it doesn't have the budget that the others had. I don't have a problem with the story of it. I think it actually kind of works. Now, I've not seen it in a good 15 years, so I could come back and be bitching about it as well. But do we want to try and take a look at the trailer?
I'm ready when you guys are.
Let's do it.
So here's what I'm going to do, and I may edit some of this out, but I'm going to try and share my screen so you guys can not only hear it, but you can see it. Zoom's frame rate doesn't always keep up, so you may get kind of shitty video. I don't know how this is going to work, so here we go.
We'll find out.
Let's try.
Hit it.
We want guns!
Now, the final chapter in the incredible Ape saga.
There it is, or was.
This is the hell my forefathers used to speak about.
This background radiation alone will give us 300 Röntgens an hour.
The battlefield, a dead city 12 years after the ultimate bomb has been dropped. The prize, the right to inherit what's left of the Earth. The contestants, ape against man. The most unbelievable showdown ever filmed. As the mutants, strange, transformed men who live underground like moles, battle the apes to decide who will be master and who will be slave.
They're getting away. Kill them.
Murdered my son.
We will smash the human, and then we will smash Caesar!
I don't want to have to remember my husband. I want to love him now.
But we who survive create a new race.
In the aftermath of his victory, the surface of the world was ravaged by the vilest war in human history.
Climaxing the epic series which made motion picture history comes the last, the most spectacular of all the ape adventures.
Now, fight like apes!
Out of the Forbidden City they roared, to settle once and for all who had the right to rule the planet, ape or man.
Oh my God.
All right, so
wow, that looks like a garbage film.
well, okay, so
did you recognize Culp?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
did you
that's
guys...
what I was going to say. Was he the first mutant?
Well, that's why I kept trying to interject. What if we saw Culp get away because he ends up in the next film? Mm-hmm. We should.
Well, they actually name credited him in the trailer, so we know it's him.
Right, and it would have been nice. It would have been nice in Conquest had we seen him get away so that he could survive for this next film.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, they should have done that.
Again, I kind of like the story that you see in it. And by the way, did you also notice that there is a version of McDonald walking with them as they go into?
With the three. There's an orangutan. I'm assuming Caesar, and then an African American person with them.
That is now IMDb lists as McDonald. From what I understand, and it's been so long since I've seen it. This is not the same actor.
It's not.
I don't recall why he couldn't do it, but I'm pretty sure that they make it out that he's like his cousin or his brother or something like that.